And God, in His mercy, sent technology, permanent voters card. Before the fraudulent politician came, I will bring you 2,000 votes. Now they cannot claim to bring 5, unless they are members of the family are up to 10. And they are of voting age. They can only bring 1 with their permanent voters card.
President Buhari, for the umpteenth time, telling voters to vote who they like. How can he campaign for Tinubu without mentioning his name? Even his own party's name, he fails to mention APC. So what is going on? A president campaigning for his candidate, the candidate of the party, without mentioning his name or even the name of his party. Well, we all know that there is a cold war between Buhari and Tinubu, and that cold war is quickly turning to a hot one. Let's go back to where it started, where Tinubu made that statement, Emiloko. He even claimed that he made Buhari the president, that without him, Buhari wouldn't have become the president. Even if this statement is a fact, Tinubu shouldn't have made such a statement. It was a tactical error from Tinubu's side. Buhari is the president. No one should talk to the president in that way. And also, people on Buhari's side didn't take it lightly with Tinubu because of that statement. And Buhari is known to never forget, or maybe sometimes he doesn't also forgive.
Mo ti ń ṣèyí bọ̀, ọjọ́ ti pẹ́, ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá, èmi ló kàn. Yorùbá ló kàn. Tá a bá dẹ̀ sá Yorùbá náà, èmi ló kàn.
Yes, Tinubu made that statement because it was becoming obvious to him that Buhari didn't want to back him in the primaries. So he made that statement and, was able to draw people, of course, including with his money. He was able to bulldoze his way and won the primaries. Tinubu also recently accused Buhari and APC government of creating bottlenecks for his campaign. In fact, he left outsiders bewildered. Why will Tinubu start talking and campaigning as an opposition candidate while he is part of APC? In fact, having claimed in the past that he made Buhari president, he is a national leader and now presidential candidate of the same APC. Why is he now sounding like an opposition member and criticizing his own party? Maybe Tinubu was trying to dissociate himself from the APC administration, but he cannot do that because he is part and parcel of the same administration. There is fuel shortages in Nigeria at the moment. There are long queues in many filling stations around the country. There are also long queues in many banks in Nigeria right now because of the new Naira, which is surprisingly unavailable. Tinubu also made the accusation in Abeokuta that they have made the Naira unavailable. In fact, it shows his complete frustration because it seems that Buhari is working against him, not even indirectly, but directly this time around. Because when you listen to Buhari's earlier statement about the changing of the Naira, he talked about politicians who use thugs to intimidate voters and do all sorts of things and buy voters and all that. So many thought that it was a direct reference to Tinubu.
So Nigerians should vote for whoever they like from whichever party. Nobody will be allowed to mobilize resources and thugs to intimidate people in any constituency.
So Tinubu is obviously frustrated. He can't understand why his own party will make policies that will affect him in the election. Buhari backed beavers and other INEC reforms that was made recently, which makes it impossible to use incident forms in the election. Everyone knows that Tinubu opposed beavers, through his associates in the National Assembly. Buhari also embarked on the change of the Naira when many people and associates of Tinubu, even in the north, were against it.
We have today sought and obtained Mr. President's approval for the following. One, a 10-day extension of the deadline from January 31, 2023 to February 10, 2020.
Tinubu, seeing all these measures taken by the Buhari administration, feels that it is obviously targeted at him because he can't understand why the party is working against the party in winning the election. Some even claim that Buhari is working for Atiku, although that is far-fetched, but he can never say because Buhari has shown that he is more of a northern person. He has appointed mostly northerners in many sensitive positions. Also, Atiku equally made a statement like Tinubu, sort of a protest that the central bank should extend the deadline for the use of the old Naira notes. So definitely Atiku is a money bag like Tinubu, who might be counting on monetary influence to win the election. His men choreographed in Bauchi after dodging many of Tinubu's presidential campaign rallies. Buhari had the opportunity for the first time to directly tell voters to vote for Tinubu himself and other APC candidates. After performing the normal ritual of campaign rallies, of raising of hands of contestants and all the candidates of the party, Buhari was now handed the mic, to make a vocal campaign for the candidates of the APC, especially Tinubu, the presidential candidate. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was a power cut. The rally ground lost power, and Buhari couldn't even wait for the power to be restored. He quickly dashed out and flew to Lagos to commission some projects. So this is another sign that Buhari is showing Tinubu that he is not going to campaign for him. This is face to face. It is no longer a rumor. So what could be making Buhari not want to reciprocate what Tinubu did for him in 2019 and 2015? The northern governors supporting Tinubu feel it's an obligation, it is payback time, that they should reciprocate what the Southwest did for Buhari after Buhari contested for many times without winning. Also, Tinubu doesn't make it easy for people to campaign for him. Maybe that is what is driving Buhari away.
Regime. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the aim of our Lord, the magnificent.
He makes unforced errors. He makes a lot of gaffes and goofs. Just imagine trying to recite the Quran. It's not necessary. No northern politician does that in campaign ground. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. So apart from the way Tinubu talked to Buhari and made you president, Emilio and all that, the gaffes and the goofs might be repelling Buhari and other people in APC because Tinubu is obviously his major demarketer. He is the one that is demarketing himself by making gaffes. In fact, many people don't take Tinubu's candidacy seriously because they think that he will not be in charge if he wins. It will be Yaradua all over again. After the past 7 years, many people have become wiser. They don't want to make the mistake of the past. They want to vote right. That's what everyone, including you watching this video, make sure you collect your PVC and come out on election day to vote. And after voting, hang around to make sure they declare the results. With that, you know you have done your civic responsibility. Thank you for watching.